Hello, everyone. Welcome to this ritual today. How do I close this? There we go. Okay. So I'm really excited and actually I'm really tired right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's the energy. Like today we have the equinox. Yesterday there was the eclipse. Like every 2 weeks we have an eclipse right now, so it's a crazy season. But this equinox is actually going to help us smooth things a little bit, and my intention is also to help us tap into that feeling of balance. And autumn equinox is a very um very powerful season when it comes to balancing things, because we are also entering Libra season, and Libra is also all about balancing things. So this is exactly the time to do that. So hope you're feeling great, and hope you're um, going to enjoy this together with me as much as I'm enjoying this. I love doing these things. So before we begin, I will actually light my candle. I will light my candle. So you can do that too as you watch. Um, oh no, beautiful. Um, just set an intention, light the fire, and let it burn away all that doesn't serve you. Um, so we are entering in this time of balance between, like, for me as a mom, the most important thing to balance is the giving and the receiving. And the reason why we sometimes pinch ourselves off from this natural balance of flow of giving and receiving is that we give from an empty cup, and we give from the feeling of not having enough, but we have to give more because the kid need that. um So to me, that's the main reason why moms struggle with receiving and struggle with getting back what we give. Mm, because, like, I think I should share a little background to that. If you're not familiar with the laws of the universe, one of my favorite laws is um what's the name of the one that says exactly that what you give, you get back. Um, so the thing is, energy likes to flow, and what you give, you have to get that back, unless you give from the energy of not having enough, because then you're sending out a message that I don't have enough. So you're getting back, I don't have enough. If you give from the feeling of I have more than enough, so I'm sharing that with the world, you get back, I have more than enough. So it's simply a shift in your mind that switches how the energy flows. Um, and this is the reason, this is the goal of this ritual today that I want to do with you today, tonight. Um, so it's 7 p.m. here in Poland, and it's already dark, and sun sets around 6 right now. So it's like perfectly um balanced. I didn't want to use the same word all the time. I can't find another one. Um, so before we go deeper into other things, I want you to draw. You'll see that. You can take your journal or you can take a piece of paper, and I want you to draw an ear of grain. So this is like the middle line that I already drew. And I want you to add like grains on both sides. These are not leaves, they're supposed to be grains. I know it looks a little like leaves, Maybe yours will look better than mine. So just like grains of some kind of, maybe it's wheat, maybe it's something similar. So here we have the grains, and between them, we should have those lines. Yeah. Okay. So now take your pen again, and each of the grains is the things that you have gathered throughout the past season. They can be physical, like, I don't know, money, buying something new. I don't know, maybe you bought a house and your car. Maybe you bought something for a kid. Maybe you renovated your kid's room or your own house, your own room, I mean. So in the grains, I want you to write the things that you have gathered, harvested from the past season. It can be also things that are not physical, like experiences, like emotional, spiritual, like growth. So the biggest harvest for me is letting go of my 9 to 5. So how do I put it? Freedom. Freedom is a big one. So that's one thing for me, freedom. Flow will be the next one for me. So if you need time, you can pause the recording now and just consider what you want to put in this ear of grain in every single grain. And these are the grains, the seeds that we want to harvest. And then the seed is actually going to bring more of that. Like every single seed can become a new plant and have more seeds on top. So that's how we allow this more to come to us. So let's first write what we are grateful for. Family. Letter F is dominating for me right now. Freedom, flow, family. Um, I have a new cat, a kitten. This is also something I harvested from the past season. I wrote a book. It doesn't have to be this big. It can be something small. It can be like, oh, I got my kid diagnosed. So that's also important, diagnosis. It's a big thing for me because now we are finally getting the support he needs. Um, but that can be simple things like changing your habits, like starting a new venture, things that you don't even know how they are going to turn out, but you start them with the hope that they actually go the way, not hope. This is um we don't want to speak from the position of hopefulness, though hopefulness is good, but we want to speak from the position of knowing that things will unfold in a way that we want and need. So for trusting the universe, trusting the universe. So freedom, flow, family, the cat, book, diagnosis, trust. I have three more. What have I harvested from the past season? Um, Ideas. We always gather ideas, especially in the summer. There's something about the fire season in the summer that it generates a lot of spark, a lot of ideas, a lot of things that come to us, inspiration. I started a school group, school community, my beautiful school community, and I started Motherlight. Oh yeah, why haven't I thought about that before? So important. Like Motherlight is my little baby. It's a program that was brewing for years, but I wasn't giving myself permission to guide mother through a process of building their dreams. I thought that the only thing I am allowed to teach is how to raise children because this is my field of expertise. And I thought that stepping out of that field would mean that I'm not qualified. So I had a huge imposter syndrome. And finally, this summer, it was like June. Yeah, it was right after the summer solstice event. Like after summer solstice in general, that I started this program for moms to find your inner light and find out how to shine it to the world, so that you live a life that is fully fulfilled, fully fulfilling for you. Okay, so these are my grains. These are my grains. Hope you like them. And now on those lines, these are the things that we don't want. These are the things that we don't want. So if we want to let go of something, you can put them on those lines. So for example, frustration, uh, for example, stagnation, mess. Although mess is acceptable to some degree, but what I mean by mess is um kind of lack of direction, mess in this sense. Frustration, stagnation, mess. What else are we releasing in this season? Like we want to invite balance, um overextending ourselves. um People pleasing. And if you don't have any more, you don't have to like write all of those things on those lines. You can just write what your intention is, what you want to let go of, what you want to release and have less of. And the grains are what we are grateful for and what we want to invite more of. These are, oh my gosh, if I had more of all that things, that would be so amazing. I love it already. Um, my vision for the world, whole world, is that mothers are supported. And this is how it started. It started from parenting because I was getting deeper and deeper into the needs of moms. And I realized that most of us are already pretty good um when it comes to raising our kids. The moms I work with, the moms I attract into my world, they are usually spiritual, empathic moms, kind of woo-woo people like me. Um, and we are pretty much well connected to the divine, the universe, the earth, our higher selves. And that allows us to be pretty well connected to our own children as well. So that means that if you're well connected with your kids, you sometimes you do, of course you do, but we don't usually have those severe kind of problem with kids. They are usually quite emotionally regulated and quite well parented, so to speak. And I realized that what moms really need is that feeling of fulfillment because sometimes when we are reduced just to the role of a mother, we lose ourselves. And then it will happen one day that your children won't need you anymore. And what then? What next? So that's why we need to start realizing our dreams right now, right now when the kids are still little, because if we only do that when they're big, we won't be able to tap back, or it will be more painful for us when we only then um, start to tap back into our own calling. And each of us has a spark. Each of us has this light inside, that beautiful, shining medicine that we are meant to bring to this world. We are all here in this 3D world with a certain purpose, a certain mission, a mission that we chose ourselves. So it's not that someone told us, oh, you are on a mission to do this and you have to. That's not how it works. We chose that mission, but we are dropped in this world and we forget who we are. We forget who we are, and then gradually, step by step, we remember that. And this is how we remember by tapping into our higher selves, tapping into the divine, and finding that light in us. Usually, it's what lights you up, what brings you joy. If something brings you joy, it might mean that's what you're supposed to be doing here. Because life is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be joyful. So my dream is that one day every mother is supported and lives from that overflow of love. We already have that, but also overflow of support, overflow of time and energy, and overflow of abundance. Because when we have all those, then we can live a truly fulfilling life. And when your children see you fully fulfilled in your life, then they will learn from just watching you how to live a truly fulfilling life. And which mother doesn't want her children to achieve their dreams? I certainly do. I want my children to achieve their dreams. So that's like my greatest vision, my greatest like this little engine behind me pushing me forward, even on those harder, more difficult days when things don't go as planned. When I think about that, this is what gives me the energy to push and to do those things. Like today, I had like a couple of people told me they are going to join live today, and I know those seasonal events have quite heavy energy. And maybe that's the reason, I don't know. I was thinking of not going, not starting this recording because nobody joined live. But then I thought, okay, they want the recording. I'm sure of that. So if I didn't record that, they wouldn't get it. So I have to record this. Because not because of me, because of all the moms who are going to watch this. If you are running an online business, you know how painful it is when nobody shows up, but I'm not quitting. I'm not a quitter. I'm pushing through for all of you. I'm looking at my notes, sorry. Um, Now we've already shared what we are grateful for in this Euro Brain exercise. Um, Also, recently, like my mother, like moms, started sharing that they feel more and more like this is really the sisterhood that they were looking for. And this is another thing that I dream for every mom, that she has the support she needs. Because motherhood was never meant to be a lonely journey. It was always a community effort. It's only a matter of the past I don't know, 100 of years, that mothers got so isolated from the rest of the society, um, that we get this anxiety because motherhood was never supposed to be a lonely journey. So that's in our like subconscious that we need to have community to be mentally healthy as moms. Um, so another symbol of the equinox and abundance, I have my honey. I don't have my bread, but bread and honey. And I love those two symbols because they can show you how we sometimes get entangled in what needs to be done, and we forget about the sweetness of life. And if you were living only on bread, you can imagine what your body would feel like in a certain time. Like if you only had um, those complex carbohydrates and no other nutrients, you wouldn't die, but you wouldn't be healthy either. And now, what has more nutrients, honey or bread, in the sense that it has like vitamins, healing properties, all that yummy stuff. And if we don't allow ourselves for the sweetness of life, if we don't allow ourselves to fill our cup in our own delicious way, we are depriving ourselves from the things that we actually need. You cannot live off bread only. You need other things. And like nutritionally speaking, of course, you need also like um vitamins and like the meat and or dairies or everything. But proteins, I was looking for the word. But the thing is, the sweetness also has a reason. The sweetness is not there just for decoration, so to speak. The sweetness has a reason. The sweetness, like honey, has certain properties. Other sweet things in our lives have certain properties. The fact that I get my nails done every 3 weeks is not just the fact, it's not just a whim or something. It's the thing that helps me feel good about myself. It helps me get this 90 minutes without my children. So even if I do have a full week, like kids getting sick, snotty noses, everything, and I stay with them at home most of the time, but I have my nails booked, I go out and get the 90 minutes for myself, which is vital. Mothers are not supposed to be with kids 24/7. We are not. That's why we need this community. We need support. We need help. And if you wrote somewhere here, you wrote community or support, um, you get some community and support. You feel how great it feels. You give support, and then more support comes to you. That's how this energy flow thing works. We enjoy what we have, we share that with others, and more comes back. If you enjoy what you have, but you feel it's still not enough, but you feel you have to share that because that's what we've been conditioned to do as children. Like you always teach children, you need to share your favorite toy, even if your younger sibling breaks it. That's how we teach our next generation to do the same thing as some of us are doing now. Like we share from the position of having an empty cup and feel depleted. If you fill up your cup first, and it doesn't really have to take much time, you can simply allow yourself to feel your needs and do gentle shifts in your day. For example, you can look at the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and ask yourself, what do I need now? It might be as simple as a glass of water. It might be as simple as 5 minutes of grounding. It might be as simple as going out for 10 minutes for a walk. And if you need to take your kids with you, you still get this touch of nature. That always works for me. So it doesn't have to take a lot of time to actually take care of your own cup, but it might take the community. So reach out, ask for help, ask your partner, husband, your parents, grandparents, your neighbor. I love the idea of dropping kids off at my neighbor and then taking her son to my place so she can be like child free for some time. We often do that. We stopped doing that during the summer, but now we start again. Um, and it works great because kids love that. And one of the moms is free for some time. And this is really, really, really um important because the more support you give, the more support you receive back. Um, but yeah, some people might say, okay, I don't have time, I don't have money. Um, how do I get things organized? Like asking, or I don't have this neighbor who has a child my kid's age. Um, it's all about looking around you sometimes. Like what we focus on, we notice. What we focus on, we notice. If you focus on people without money, you will see people without money. If you look for people who don't have time, you will stumble upon people who don't have time and you will only notice them. Um, so let's focus on what we actually want to see in the world, and those things and people and situations will show up because they are there. We are just not paying attention because your subconscious mind wants to be right more than it wants you to thrive. Because being right means that your life is predictable. So your subconscious mind wants to be right. So if you have a thought in your mind saying, parents in my neighborhood don't have time for play dates, you will find the parents who don't have time for play dates. But if you think there must be at least one family with kids my kids' age who would love to have a play date with my kids or just drop them at my place and then we can drop my kids at their place. It might not happen in a day or even in a week, but it will finally happen. Believe me, it will. I promise you. So, I asked you before this event to make a Rowan necklace. I'm really curious to find out whether you did that or not. So you can comment under this video and let me know if you made your Rowan necklace. In Slavic tradition, Rowan is a protective tree. It's a feminine one, but it protects you from like evil eye, things like that. And hunger. Like Rowan has very sturdy fruit, and those berries. And they often stay on the tree through the winter. So quite often they're the only source of food for birds throughout the winter. Um, and they're not very juicy. So these ones, I gathered them around a week ago, and they aren't much smaller than they were when I threaded that on this thread. Um, it's a protector. So if you have those negative thoughts, like, I don't have money, I don't have time, I have no support, I would love to do things for myself, but my husband won't agree. Um, when you look at the bright colors of this Rowan, what thoughts would you like to think instead? If you could just trick your subconscious mind, wave a magic wand, um, what thoughts would you like to have instead? So write them down right now. If you have these limiting thoughts that don't allow you to fully step into your balanced, receiving, giving, shining your light self, because that's what we want to tap into today in during this ritual. We want to um balance the giving and receiving through the feeling of gratitude, through the feeling of I have enough, have more than enough. So write down the negative limiting thoughts that come up when you think of giving, when you think of receiving, like receiving gifts, and when you think of shining your light, of giving the best that the universe has given you and spreading it throughout the world. So write down all those negative thoughts that come up when you think about it. You can pause the video right now if you need to. And then I would like you to change them, those thoughts. So if your limiting thought is, I don't have time to do the things that I want, I used this affirmation a couple of years ago that worked wonders, really. Because when I tried to tell myself that I have time for everything, of course, I didn't believe that. Like, I saw that my time is very limited. And then I had another thought, like, how can I make it believable? So I started repeating that thought, new thought. I have time for the things that matter to me. I have time for the things that are important to me. And it shifted the perspective totally because it put the agency in my hands. Because I decide what's important to me. If I have time to scroll for 15 minutes, I might as well have the time to engage with meaningful conversations through social media for 15 minutes. If I have the time to drown in negative thoughts, I might as well have time to use some affirmations or visualize or meditate. I have time for the things that matter to me. If my children take up most of the time of my day, it means they matter to me. Is that something wrong? Of course not. But the thing that really matters is also me, like not the thing, the person. Like I am a member of my own family too, as a hearth guardian, as the mother, as the woman of the house, as the hearth guardian. I take care of the needs of all members of the family, myself included. That's important to me. So I need to find the time, make the time for the things that are important to me. Same with money and same with space, because like when my kids were babies, like my apartment, I thought my apartment was big before my kids appeared. And then everything were kids' things, kids' stuff in every single cupboard and on the floor and everywhere. And I soon started thinking that we have no room for more things. And then I realized I don't have not enough room. I have more than enough things. Not enough space feels very different than more than enough things. So sometimes it's just rewriting the thought in your mind. If I don't have enough money for something, again, the same thing with time. I have money for the things that are important to me. Sometimes we spend money on things that don't really matter. Maybe the importance of them is different, is just the feeling that I can spend money without the feeling of not having enough money. Sometimes it's simply that we feel that thing of guilt when we buy something just for ourselves. So just this guilt should go away, go away, go away. um, we don't want guilt, so I can write guilt on this here on the lines. Guilt, mom guilt. I don't want mom guilt. I don't want to give energy to mom guilt, so let's just leave it. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel that I deserve and I get what I give. I get more um because I deserve it, because I'm that fancy and amazing and loved. So no, I don't have money, I don't have space, I don't have time. I do have money for the things that are important to me. I have time for the things that are important to me. I have space for the things that are important to me. And that's when I started decluttering. Um, if you fear like you need permission from someone else to follow your dreams, ask your higher self. Like I didn't ask my husband because I know he's in a very different place spiritually than I am. He makes decisions based on the safest outcome, based on the least risk. I am in the position when I make decisions based on my soul and heart desire. So this August, so a month ago, I faced the most difficult decision of my life. I was planning that very long. I wanted to grow Motherlight to the point when I can smoothly and without friction quit my job, my day job, my 9 to 5, and feel secure financially. It didn't happen. I had 2 clients in Motherlight, which is not as much, doesn't give me as much income as a full-time job. And when the time came that I had to file the documents at work, I was terrified. I was stunned by fear. I thought I would just vomit and not do anything. But I asked myself, what do I prefer? Because I gave myself like an ultimatum. Running 2 things at the same time was too tiring and didn't give the financial equivalent to the energy that I was putting in that. Because when I worked a full-time job, I didn't invest enough energy in my business, so it didn't grow. And it went to the point that the costs of running a business were the same as the money I was making. So I decided like this is pointless. I should either focus fully on the business and make it work, or just drop it and just stay in the job. And I ask myself, do I want to stay at work in a box? I worked in a state school, which is a system designed to create boxes to put children in. And it kills creativity both in children and teachers. And I experienced that myself. And it's not what I want for myself. It's far from what I want for myself. And then I looked at Mother Life, which is something created from my soul's deepest desire to help mothers navigate their journey, to bring that light to the world, to create that ripple effect, raise the vibration of the planet, and create a better world for our own children and the whole next generation. That's what Mother Light is all about. And when I tapped into that vision, I realized I'm quitting my job. I realized there's no choice. I have to move through that and just make it work right away. Because like when my income stops, when my income stream stops from the state school, I will have to have something instead of that. Um, and it is working. I'm not starving. My children are not starving. We are living on the level that we used to, and it's perfectly okay. I am safe, and so can be you. Like it's, I didn't ask my husband. I asked my higher self. I asked my soul, my heart, what is my true desire? If I asked my husband, I know the answer. He would tell me to stay in the job. He would tell me to choose the safest option. Because that's logical. Like, this is what our logical mind would tell us, right? So that's why if you want truly feel that there is something you want to pursue, there is some change in the world you want to pursue, the only person that can truly feel into your true intention, your soul's purpose, is your higher self. That's the only person you need to ask for any kind of advice on that. That's about asking for permission and not having permission from your loved ones. Like my mom is criticizing me all the time. She says like I should I, sh- I shouldn't do that. Even like when she learned that I moved from strictly parenting coaching into a more spiritual approach, she got crazy. I'm not asking my mom for advice on my, I'm not telling her anything about my business. She just accidentally watched one of my reels. And she doesn't even have a Facebook account. It was my brother who showed it to her. So I'm asking you right now, do you decide to have this balance in your life of giving and receiving? Do you want this balance between like the word right now, light and dark? That today is the balance day. Do you want more gratitude in your life? Want more things to be grateful for? Like right now, one of the songs I played at the beginning of this session was about the harvests. And the singer sang that we are blessed by goddess Mokosh and god Świętowit. We are blessed with harvests, so it will see us through the winter. So we will survive the winter, the dark time. And I don't really think it's dark, meaning it's bad. I mean, it's dark, which to me means it's a time for going within and being a bit more reflective um, on our own journey, our own growth, our own path, what we're doing, what we're planning, what we're wanting. Um, so those gifts that we gathered throughout the season are the things that are going to see us through that dark time, see us through the winter. Connection with your family. Like if you wrote things like for me, it's that connection with my family, flow, freedom, um, having a new stream of income in the form of my book when I promote it properly, having new ideas, having trust in the universe, having my school community and my uh, beautiful motherlight mamas and program. All those things are going to carry us through the dark time. Those things are going to support us through the dark time. So that's the blessing of this little gathering today. Um, so the most important thing is to get your subconscious mind to tap into that decision that you've made right now, that you accept the receiving and you commit to giving from a place of overflow. So, what you have, give more of that. What you need, start giving that because you already have it. So, Mother Light is still in its beta stage. There are 3 mamas there, and I made the decision that I want 9 spots to be the beta spots. So it's I think 4 times cheaper than it will be when the beta is finished. So let me know if any of this, my mission, my vision for the world, if that resonates to you. There are 6 spots available for the beta pricing, then the price will go up. So let me know. I will send you the link to book a call with me. It's a free call, no strings attached. You can always say no. But if Motherlight speaks to you, if you truly feel that you have that light hidden inside of you, covered by blankets of conditioning, let's talk. Let's talk because if you think you have no time or no money, or your husband has to say yes, um, to me, all that matters is that you have a will, that you want this light to fully shine into the world because money is never the problem. Time, I design my programs in a way that actually saves you time and you don't have to overextend yourself. There are calls, of course, but other than that, there's loads of support in a way that works in the moment, that works instantly in short, bite-sized pieces. So there's pre-recorded content, there are modules, there's a group chat, there's the community. So there are many ways in which Mother Light can help you fully shine your light. And the most important thing is that conscious decision you're making right now, because that will have the biggest impact on how your soul, how your subconscious mind allows your soul to shine through. That's the phrasing. So I'm not going to um, talk too much about that. Just let me know if you feel that's something you'd like to explore. Um, Comment under this video and I'll send you the booking link.